What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a break from building the arcade and focus on one of the machines that is actually in the arcade. Cruis'n World is my latest pickup. It's my first real sit-down racing arcade cabinet, and I'm really excited to have it, and it's my favorite in the Cruis'n series. Cruis'n USA was, the first. It's classic. Cruis'n Exotica just didn't really quite do it for me, but this one, in this Goldilocks analogy, is just right. Well, but that cabinet was not without its flaws. Now, if you've seen my video, I think it was one of my short videos where I introduced it to the to my YouTube channel. It has a 16:9 LCD monitor, and it's fine, but you and I both know that's just not the right aspect ratio. That is going to be replaced with one of those new Unico 4x3s, those 26-inch monitors, soon. Hopefully, very soon. I expect to have that delivered sometime this month. But there was another issue, and it was something that you're going to find is probably the most common of all these arcade machines, and that was the Marquee. The Marquee, usually these Marquees have like a hot bulb behind the actual film, and it tends to kind of warp and discolor and really sometimes even burn the actual film itself. So this arcade cabinet was no exception. So the first thing that I wanted to do, it's really one of the easiest things to do, is go ahead and get a new Marquee ordered. And once that came in, let's go ahead and put this in. But there was a little bit of an issue with this particular cabinet. Now, usually you'll find some kind of fluorescent tube, and then you can change that out, swap that out with something you get from Home Depot, usually an LCD replacement, and you're good to go. But this one didn't really have that. It had some kind of rough bracketry that was kind of sketchy and held this this light in, and it really wasn't something that I wanted to have in this arcade. I know it's something small, I know it's something simple, but I wanted it to be sturdy and I wanted it to be sound, and I really wanted to focus the light straight out into the Marquee the way that it should. So I figured the only way to do this correctly was to go ahead and build a brand new mount for the Marquee light from scratch, and I needed to do a few things, take a few measurements, figure out the angle of the top, because I wanted this obviously to be flat and parallel with the Marquee itself. And once I figured all that out, then it was just time to go ahead and build it. So while the glue was drying, I had to come up with a way to mount this inside the cabinet. And I noticed that on top of the cabinet, there was a row of 3 bolts that weren't doing anything. There were holes drilled through the top of the cabinet, and there were T-nuts on the inside that these bolts threaded into, but they weren't holding anything. They weren't securing anything. But I thought this would be a great way to mount this light mount inside, and then have it be removable in case I needed to do something like swap out the speakers or just maybe change the position of the light itself. So the first thing I had to do was press the T-nuts out of the wood and then reuse those in my mount. And that required drilling holes and all that, but once the fabrication was done, I was able to go ahead and seal this up with some shellac, let that dry overnight, and then the next step was final installation. And with that, this project is done. Now, I picked up my marquee from Game On Graphics, and this is their ultimate marquee. So you're going to get the film and then 2 brand new pieces of plexiglass. And it just goes to show you that even though something may be missing from your arcade, with a little bit of time, with a little bit of technique, with a little bit of ingenuity, you can figure out a way to fix it. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel. Y'all have a blessed day, and I will see you next time.